Asante sana, karibu tena. Welcome back. Minister Show only on Champions TV. You can like our Facebook page. Na kweli tumeona watumishi wa Bwana wanatoka bali na ni vizuri unasikiza hii ushuhuda. Ndio wakati unaona pastor amesimama hapa pale mbele ya kanisa. Unajua kweli Mungu anatoa watu bali. Wakati anahubiri anaweza kuwa anapitia uzito, lakini wakati anahubiri Mungu anamtumia tu. Kwa sababu Mungu saa zingine atumia watu hata wamepitia uzito na uchungu, lakini anatumia tu because he is God. The Bible says in the book of Job 14 and verse 7, but there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its new shoots will not fail. You can underline that. And its new shoots will not fail. Hii ni kusema kwamba wakati mti umekatwa unaweza mea tena, na ile kitu inamea ingine haita fail. Kwa hivyo hii naona kama ndio story ya Pastor Mwangi ambayo amepitia uchungu sana, amepitia kukatwa, lakini alimea tena. Si tusikize kutoka pale Pastor Mwangi, utuelezee baada ya hivyo kuliendelea namna gani?
Now mtazamaji, tulikuwa tunasema kuhusu utotoni, and things were just like that. Things were not easy. We grew up with a lot of struggle, a lot of stress. At times even school fees was a problem, but God is gracious. I would like to encourage somebody that is watching this show and tell you that God will never leave his people. And once the finger of God is upon you, it doesn't matter what you are going through. At one appointed time, the purposes of God will be established. So now, to move forward, now I'm here, I'm growing up, I'm trying to bring up these boys and my sister. Again, at some point, we were separated with my sister. My sister was named after my grandma. So my grandma had some favorism with my sister. So she decided to pick my sister to be in her custody. So the boys, now we were left 3 boys. Because the last born brother has gone with mom. Now my sister, my grandma has picked her. And now the other boys, we were left to struggle now. 3 boys. But God is gracious. He showed us through miraculously. And allow me to share a little bit now about my high school education, because I also saw God in a big way in my high school education. I never knew that I would go up to maybe even Form 4 because of the struggles that we were seeing. So I managed to sit for my KCPE, did not do that bad. I got a chance in one of the schools in Mwangi County. And I joined the school excited as a young man, my future, I can see something is happening. Though at the back of my mind, I know the struggles and challenges at home. So when I got to high school, Form 1, I was this innocent boy, God-fearing boy, though I didn't have a church background. I can say at this point, I never saw my parent in church. In my childhood, I never a single day saw my parent in church. The first time I saw my dad in church was during the wedding, solemnizing of the marriage of her parents. That's like my grandmother. You can imagine they were old. That's the first time I saw my dad. And I didn't see him in church. He was in the parking lot because he was part of the team that was taking care of the vehicles on that wedding. That is the first time I ever saw my dad in church. My mom, I never saw her in church. But somehow I liked church. Once in a while I would get to Sunday school. I got baptized, I got confirmed. And now when I was getting to high school, I'm this cool boy. I'm not born again, but I'm a good boy. So Form 1, I really tried to manage myself, but things began changing as I was approaching Form 2. Now, the family pain was so much on me, because when we are closing school, I'm wondering, where am I going? Mom is not at home. The environment at village is not the best environment. Mom is living with the stepmom in the town. So when I'm closing school, I'm at crossroads. Where do I go? So I didn't want even to get to the closing of the school, because the stress is, naenda wapi? But when I got to Form 2, I think the pain was so much, and I was now losing it. And I was feeling like nobody loves me, nobody cares for me. I never had experienced that love for parents. So I felt like the world, nobody's there for me. So of course we know the terrible Form 2 character. So I began joining teams that were not the best. So I joined a team that we used to call in high school the 10th Battalion. It was just another one. This was a team of Form 2 and Form 3 boys, and we were terrible boys. I happened to be the smallest boy in school. I was the smallest boy in school, but I turned out to be the worst boy.
The age, it is...
The height. But although also with age, I was also very young. I schooled very fast, and I was also young. I joined the 10th Battalion team. There are boys that were in smoking Mwangi, drinking, and all manner of things that boys can do. So I joined these boys, and what I didn't know is that I was trying to fill the vacuum in me, because I was feeling rejected. I was feeling I'm not loved. There is nobody who can accept me. So when I joined these boys, I would feel like I have the company that I need. I have people who understand me. At least there are people around me who are embracing me. And at that point, I didn't know that I was drifting, but I felt like when I make things not work for people, then I get the satisfaction. So I began becoming that kind of a boy who do all kind of messy things. In fact, I knew when I was in high school, every Monday, I had to meet with the deputy for some nice caning. Because over the weekend, there was no way I could end a weekend without misbehaving. So I'm the kind of a boy who would go to school. There are these Form 4 projects sometimes. I remember one time in school, they were growing maize, and I would go to the field. Unaona vile mahindi inakaa vizuri. I would get there, ninatoa mahindi vizuri, nachomoa hivi, nabaki kama bado mahindi iko. And go choma the mahindi with boys.
Kana huko mtu.
Yeah, and together with the 10th Battalion at times, tungechukua zile ng'ombe za shule, wakati zina grace over the weekend, tunahakikisha tumesukuma moja imeingia one of the dormitory, tunakamua. So jioni, they expect tutakuwa na maziwa kwa ng'ombe. Hakuna maziwa, the boys have already worked on. So you can imagine that kind of life in high school. I got to alcoholism. I got to befriending us. I was in a miss school, and I became a darling of the girls. So I would wait especially for the Form 1s when they are joining. And
I remember your wife is watching.
She knows the story.
So you told her before then, eh?
Yes. So now...
I was in a fear. We may break the family in this.
No. She knows the story. We shared with her. I remember even when I got her, I shared part of my story. I told her, you are married to a man that needs a lot of care.
You have a good wife. You can say hi to her. You can say hi.
Wherever she is watching, I say, darling, God bless you. I love you. Thank you for working with me. Such a broken man, and you have made me to be whom I am. Thank you so much.
Then we can continue.
Now, I was saying you can imagine now this kind of a boy. So I would pick on the girl that is most beautiful in the school, and I would tell her, from today, you are my girlfriend. The day I will ever see you with any other young boy in this school, you'll get to know whom I am. And I would scare them, and by the time I was in Form 3, I would count myself a married man. I had 2 girlfriends, and they would operate in duties. I wouldn't carry my plate, after eating in the dining hall. I would leave my plate, one of my wife, to come and pick the plate and present it the next day.
What a show. Unaendelea na kutazama Minister's Show only on Champions TV. And I'm your host, Kenywa Wairatu. We are about to wind up, but I think we shall have part 2 of this program because it is so inspiring. Na tutaenda tufike mahali Pastor Mwangi aliokoka, lakini kwa hii sioni kama tutafika hapo kwa sababu tutaongea baada ya shule alifanya nini. You can like our Facebook page, Champions TV. You can send us a message on Twitter. Tweet us kindly. Now, if you are a minister there and you feel that you have an inspiring story, you can also call the numbers that are on your screen. Na hii hauwezi enda bali. Lazima utabarikiwa na watu wanatoka bali. Si tuendelee, Pastor Maina.
No, that was my life. If I was to share everything, I think we'll write a book here. But just to cut the story short, now that was my life in high school. I would get expelled. Times I remember one time I was expelled and I couldn't face my dad to go and tell him I've been sent out of school. So I looked for a place where I could hide myself for the 2 weeks. And I hired somebody to go and...
And represent as a father. Yes.
So that was my life in high school, and it was terrible. But I thank God at the end of my Form 2, and I was getting to Form 3, something happened. The first term of Form 3, I happened to have drunk on the opening day to a level that I couldn't walk as I was getting to school, and I'm a student. So I drank myself to the level that I crawled to the school. And it happened as we were getting to the school with some other boys that one of the teachers noticed us. And the following day, names were called. By God's grace, my name was not in the list. And I was the one who was very much drunk than the rest. And when the boys were asked who and who was there, they mentioned names, and then the last one was pushed to the wall and said, Mwangi was also there. So I was also called, and I was interviewed, and I was told, you must go home. So this time now, I had no money to go and hire somebody to come to school as a parent, so I had to go home. So I had to find a way of facing my dad. So I went home, met my dad, I cooked a story. I told him, Dad, kulikuwa na shida ya transport, tukienda shule, unajua vile mambo yanakuanga, traffic na nini. So Dad, nilifika shule nimechelewa, na yule mwalimu alikuwa on duty, alikuwa mkali sana, akasema anybody who go to school past 5 must get back home, and that's why I'm sent home. I never gave him the suspension letter. So I just told him, tumefukuzwa na tumeambiwa after 2 weeks we go with the parents. So my prayer was that I will not go to school with my dad. So somehow he sent my stepmother or somebody else, but not him. And God answers prayers. He answered my prayer.
Even if you are evil, he just answered.
Yeah, so the day we were to go back to school, I went with my stepmother. I didn't tell her anything until we got to the gate of the school. So the gate of the school said, Mom, by the way, nilikuwa nimepewa barua. I gave her the letter. She said, I'm not even reading this letter. Let me get to the office. I'll get to know what you did. So we got to the office, and she was told, this young boy came here drunk, blah, blah, blah. That's why we suspended him. So Mom pleaded that I be in school. And somehow, because I was not doing very badly in school, they were considering me for that. So somehow the teachers were lenient for me, and I remained in school. But when I closed school, this is the part of my turning point now. When I closed school, I went home and I found my dad. He had bought all kinds of beer, and he had them in the cupboard, the old cupboards. So he had them lined up in the cupboard and told me,
Pastor Mwangi, I want to cut you because our time is about to be over, but I will give you an opportunity to say closing words. Also, as you invite us to your church, we shall continue with this testimony next time. Because it is so inspiring, it will help people. So you can just tell us your conclusion words as you invite us to your church. Na ni ya baraka sana, unajua watumishi mahali wanatoka kama ya Pastor Mwangi, it is so inspiring. Kwa hivyo usikae mbali, ukiitazama, we shall have the part 2.
Thank you so much. My viewer, once again, I want to say this is a blessing to hear where men of God have come from. I want to encourage you and tell you that God never gives up on people. You may be going through things and you think this is the end of life. It is not the end of the life. God is working on you because he wants to bring out something out of you. My experiences were that, and we'll keep sharing more as God gives us the opportunity. But I would like to say, keep waiting on God. Keep looking up to God. He will come through for you. You're welcome to pay us a visit at our church. We are PMI Thika Road. PMI is Prime Minister International, Thika Road. We are located at Ruaraka Sports Club. Welcome for our wonderful services. We have first service in the morning from 8 to 10. It's Leaders Empowerment Service, specifically designed for leaders, empowering people for leadership. We also have Transformational Service, is our main service from 10 to 1. It is a great service where God is moving and turning around people's life. Come and join the team that God is transforming for the nations. Welcome at Ruaraka Sports Club next to Utalii Hotel. That's where we are. And you can also get in touch with us through other lines that will be presented to you. God bless you. God be with you.
Amen. Thank you, our viewer. Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu ya vile umekuwa pamoja nasi. This is Minister's Show, only on Champions TV. God bless you, na uendelee kututazama. Sisi ndio tuko sasa, na tunakuletea kile unahitaji. Mpaka wakati mwingine, Mungu akubariki. Mimi ni wako Kinyua wa Iratu. Anaweza niita hata wa shoes. Najua Iratu ni jina ya Kikuyu, inamaanisha viatu.